Quick update on my character, level 89 Trickster now. We are still running Cobra Lash, and I'm gonna go through all my gear right now and all the troubles I had until this level, and I'm gonna show you my skill tree and everything else, and why I'm still on Cobra Lash and not on Wild Strikes as planned. So, first of all, we still have a wide wind. I still couldn't find any better sockets here. I basically rearranged all my other gear. I was running a 5-link at times, but I switched this out now for a 6-link. This was pretty cheap. Fortunately, I found on... what is the first Exarch was called? I forgot the name. Whatever, I found the nice ring from her, which was like 180C, so I bought a 6-link out of this. We're still running the Gull, which is pretty nice. The only thing about this is what I don't like is if you click the shrines, it sometimes does not really register, or you have to click very precisely, or there's items on top of it. But overall, having lesser shrines feels pretty nice and pretty smooth. And I also got all the shrine buffs on the map atlas. We're running a Hero's Truth. I was trying to figure out what kind of amulet I would run. I did have nice enough resistances so I could choose whatever I want, basically. And my intuition has not failed me. I checked out everything on POB now and checked out what would be best damage, and this was on top of the list. So really good, pretty cheap. Obviously, replica Ares would be better, but it's fairly expensive. Same here, this was pretty good choice in terms of damage, and this was also pretty cheap. And I had a slot to spare. We upgraded our boots. These have movement speed now. I mean, pretty decent boots, nothing super special, just clamped in on this. Strength, a little strength here. Gloves, same, just some added cold, life. Nothing too fancy. Other rings, same. Cold damage, life. Basically all you need. Some accuracy, some energy shield. And with shield, I changed out my shield. I did not need so much resistances anymore on my shield, and the Kaltenhalt was obviously pretty outdated, like, yeah, super low tier. I was figuring out what kind of shield I want to run. I would have gone either I mean, you can go a rare shield, but I was scrolling through the unique shield list, and this came up. And I remember this from back in the day when this was a really good item for Delve and people who would do Delve like super deep. There was some builds who used this because you basically get 75% block for free, which is pretty great, and this also feels pretty good now in terms of survivability. Flasks, I did not really change much here. I still have the Jade Flask here, which has additional elemental resistances. This is just nice if you have elemental weakness on you. But other than that, I should probably change this to increased evasion. It's most likely better. We have a Granite Flask here, so I get some armor when I activate it. I have really not much armor, unfortunately, which I kind of need to fix, especially when I want to get Barkskin back. I still don't have 8 points for my Affliction Ascendancy. We're still running this one, which is super good. Obviously, nothing to say about this. Diamond Flask, no quality on it yet, but I mean, pretty standard. We are having, if you look in POB, so base crit now is 55%, 65, but we are having effective crit now. It's roughly 100% if everything is up. If we have our power charge and crit up, we will have 100%. So we're running Arrogance here with a level 3 Clarity, basically just so we get +1 max res from this node here. And otherwise, we are running a level 30 Precision from our Heroes, right? Heroes Truth. We are running Herald of Ice, which is super buffed now with this. We are running a Hatred, and we are running a Herald of Thunder still. And I think ideally ideally we will exchange this for Barkskin when we get there. On the tree I also grabbed this node and I got myself a cheap Watcher's Eye, the cheapest one. Unaffected by temporal chains while affected by haste is also kind of nice if we get Val haste at least. We could do that pretty easily and fit this in somewhere, I'm pretty sure. But I just got the 50% increased cold damage. It's the cheapest Watcher's Eye, it was like 50C. So I just grabbed it because I thought it would be a pretty good slot and I did not grab this yet. Otherwise, the tree is still not very good. I did not really find time to optimize it. I mean, it is okay. So there's nothing really bad about this tree so far. So I'm just sticking with it. I grabbed these nodes and this node so I don't get one shot anymore by chaos damage. While chaos res overall is still fairly low, minus 21%. But I also feel like there is not too much I can do about it at the moment, unfortunately. So the reason why I stick with Cobra Lash is, first of all, it feels really good. And second of all, Wild Strikes was simply not working out. Like the amount of mana cost, it was around 70 mana on Wild Strikes and 70 on everything else. And it was just unplayable. Like I ran into the mobs, I tried to hit them. It would not really come out and I died. It was incredibly bad. So overall, I just said, fuck it, I'm just gonna run with Cobra Lash. This fits really good as a skill. And I'm trying to figure out what kind of setup I want to run. So at the moment, I'm running Elemental with attacks, Hypothermia, Nightblade, Added Cold, Cobra Lash, and increased critical strikes. And basically this whole setup, I haven't even looked at my POB. I thought this is what I need. For the sixthling, I think I looked at, no, I didn't even look at POB, I just got it like this. And I wanted, for the 6th slot, I wanted to get Chain. The thing is with Chain here, I don't know what the best setup is. I think this is not the best setup for clear. I think the best setup for clear is probably lesser multiple projectiles. Because it does really benefit from some additional projectiles. I think greater multiple is most likely overkill. You don't need this. You can run this if you want to. And otherwise, surprisingly, Hypothermia is not much better than Momentum. Momentum is really good in terms of the sixthling, in terms of damage. It's like plus 25% or plus 26%, and Hypothermia was plus 28 as far as I can remember. Around that line, yeah. Basically, maybe a little less. Yeah, it should be a little less. Anyways, Hypothermia is the best damage setup here, but I would not mind trying Momentum out again because this felt really good overall for mapping. But still, I think the best for mapping, or yeah, what felt best for mapping was lesser multiple. I haven't really tried out greater, but I also don't really want to because the build is still lagging some damage. We are sitting around maybe 800k. We can get to 1.5 million quite easily though on the damage side. That's not the problem, but scaling into endgame is going to be kind of tricky. I do have some ideas how to tackle that. We could, for example, change this build into a poison build, which could be really good. But so far, I don't have problems progressing, so no need to change anything. So far, this is a pretty cheap character. It's now sitting around cost maybe 2 divines? Yeah, around 2 divines cost, I would say. So yeah, I'm pretty happy about this so far. And let's just put this back in here. And I'm also going to show you my Atlas tree, what we have done here so far. So the main idea was I just wanted to play Ultimatum because I have not played the League back then. I have basically winged this completely. We obviously got the shrines here because we have the Gull running, which I would probably still run for a while until I switch to a setup where we get Fizz as elemental, which will not be until very late game, I think. Otherwise, this is basically just Ultimatum. I did grab some Beast nodes here, so I can run some Einhar when I have stacked enough, but these maps are still, Beasts are still too hard. To be honest, I could also refund these for now. and just grab all these quant nodes. Probably better. So I got all of these. I did get this node. Ultimatum monsters in the map apply ruin with their special abilities, fail after reaching 7 ruins. I think this is pretty good. Most of the time you are not getting, you're not gonna get hit by them anyways. This is most of the time not the problem while you fail. Most of the time the problem when you fail is because you just get wrecked. I did grab this and this. I don't know which of these are the best, but I feel like Stone Circle was pretty good, and just surviving is also pretty good. I really hate the ones where you have to protect the altar. I think this is pretty annoying. But yeah, I think overall I will just stick with these down here. And on the upper side, I basically grabbed all of this. I think 50% increased. Rewards on everything here is fine, right? Unix is fine. Reward currency is fine, and reward divination cards is fine. I don't know if these are like... Well, actually, they probably do. Maybe I should get rid of one, right? If you have all three, it might not really make sense, but just leave it in the comments. I don't know exactly how this works or how this is calculated and what other rewards you could get. I just picked all of these nodes, but it might be better if you have only 2 of these. Or if you only have divination cards. I'm really not sure what it does when you pick all 3, to be honest. I just thought this was more chance of these 3, and there's other rewards as well. But yeah, leave a comment if someone has an idea how exactly it works. I really don't know. I think I'm just gonna continue grabbing this quant wheel because there's really not much else I want to get right now. Obviously I'm gonna get these, but later on when I do high red maps, Searing Exile nodes. And otherwise, did I miss something? Oh yeah, I'll show you my atlas. This is my atlas right now. I'm still not too far progressed into high tier red maps, but I can, as you can see, I can easily do normal red tier maps so far. The only problem I have is with the affliction. It is sometimes very overtuned, and I still want to level up. So I'm in the dilemma of, do I do affliction or do I not do affliction, because I still need Barkskin. Right, or I do want to have Barkskin, let's put it that way. I could also get this, but I think Barkskin overall is going to be better. The thing that I have to do though when I get Barkskin is I need to get some kind of armor, otherwise it's wasted. But it should not be too much of a problem. I think there's a couple of ways we can get some nice armor stack. We could get a chest piece with armor evasion rating. That's probably the best option. So we get a high armor, high evasion base, and then we have a decent amount of armor. But Barkskin overall is pretty busted because you will get on 10, if you have 10 barks on, right, and you usually don't get hit because I have a lot of evasion, you get 100%, 150% increased armor, and 150, minus 150 physical damage taken, I think, on hits. So basically the hit that you get, right, is reduced by another 150. But yeah, we will have to get some kind of armor. I mean, the evasion that you get from Barkskin is also pretty nice, but I think it's not worth it if you don't get at least a bunch of armor. Alright, so that's it with the character progression. The next thing I'm gonna do is, or I'm gonna upload when I'm finished, I want to run 50 maps low tier. It's either gonna be Cemetery or Strand. I mean, Strand has a way better layout. I should probably just go with Strand because I really just want to check the ultimatum rewards. So I'm gonna run 50 Strand maps or 50 Cemetery maps. The thing with Cemetery is it has way better it has way better drops in terms of divination cards. This has basically no divination cards. So I'm struggling cemetery with the worst layout, or the worst, like the weaker layout. It's not terrible, it's not great, but it has way better divination cards, or with Strand, and I want to do 50 ultimatums and see, and give you guys a loot table. Alright, I think overall that's it for the character upgrade update. And yeah, see you guys in the next video. I'm gonna be streaming as well, and see how the 50 runs go, and then put on a loot table. Alright, bye.